De films très important à son actif.
He's already made a number of films.
Et voilà donc ses comédiens.
And here are his actors.
À ses côtés, vous avez à côté de Franck.
Next to him, you've just seen Frank Miller there.
En costume clair.
In a light suit, next to Benicio del Toro.
Donc
Brittany Murphy, Jessica Alba is there as well, and Michael Madsen, Jessica Alba. Everybody's talking about the moment in Hollywood. She's going to be in the Fantastic Four. So again, it's an adaptation of a graphic novel.
Alors l'univers de Frank Miller et tout celui-là particulièrement est
So this Frank Miller's world is particularly violent. So it was banned for the under-17s in the US, but it's nevertheless attracted a very wide following.
I mean, the books themselves, if you just read them, they are so cinematic. But beyond what we were doing in cinema, they're bolder than anything we were doing in cinema. So I didn't want to take it and turn it into a movie because I would shrink it. I wanted to take the movies and turn it into this graphic novel world that Frank had created, to make something beyond what we'd been seeing in cinema.
It took some doing for him to convince me. He first, I mean, I really had determined that Sin City would never be a movie. It was my baby, and I didn't want it to get some kind of Harry Potter happy ending to it. But Robert had a particular vision for how to pull it off technically, and how to make a marriage between live action and animation I don't think anybody's ever seen before. And rather than being in the realm of Star Wars, it was much more in the realm of noir. And it took some convincing, and of course, being co-director didn't hurt a bit.
I think we all have quite active imaginations. The entire lot of us, this group, is definitely.
It seems like it. It seems like it.
It is an imaginative group, and Robert and Frank, they create an environment that's conducive to exploring your imagination and making it grow and having so much fun. We really had a great time. We had an incredible time.
I'm sure if you talk to Frank that the origins of the whole Sin City thing is based in that sort of classic film noir thing. I read those graphic novels and felt it was like, Raymond Chandler twisted and bent completely out of shape. The surprising thing is when you come to make the movie is that he writes fantastic dialogue, and I didn't really realize that when you're reading the graphic novels and you see the bubbles and you read the words, that's one thing, but when you sort of inhabit them as an actor and start to speak the lines, you think, my God, this guy writes fantastic dialogue. I think practically all that dialogue in the movie is lifted straight from the graphic novels.
One of the things that strikes me about the new technology, the digital technology, is that it does bring back the era of Fritz Lang in a lot of ways, or Orson Welles, where they used to just build gigantic sets, but now you can do that on the computer, and you can go back to the era of the one lonely desk in a huge office with blinds, casting shadows all over the place. And it's a, and the thing is also the computer, as it does with writers, it does with artists, it tends to desire clutter because you can. And what I really like about what Robert was did with his production was that it's not cluttered. It's very direct.
And it was fun to make everybody, Brittany over there. It was fun. It wasn't heavy. It's always good, and I enjoy working with somebody else